What is up, RTF Records? Welcome back to another video. I've been gone for a little bit of time, but I'm back. I'm excited to show you what I got for Record Store Day, kind of what I picked up, my experience, and then just show you some other stuff I've been listening to. So with that, let's get started. Record Store Day, I won't spend a ton of time actually talking about Record Store Day itself or what I think about it, because that's what everybody else is doing. But this is the first year I've actually gone out for Record Store Day. Last year, I went out to shops in the afternoon, but I wasn't looking for any releases or anything. However, although there were a few titles on the list I found interesting, there was one that really grabbed my attention, which I'll show you here soon. I was able to pick up, but I showed up around 7:30 in the morning to my local shop, which is half an hour before they open. I was in line for an hour. And there were only 2 copies of the record I wanted, and luckily I got one of the 2. So I'll show you what that is. It's Misfits' Famous Monsters. I've been a big fan of this album for a while. I'm not the biggest Misfits fan. I know a lot of Misfits fans are hardcore Misfits fans. But I love this album. There's some bangers on here. Also, this is sick. It's this green and purple looking stuff. Really dope. Yeah, really good songs on here. Scarecrow Man is my favorite song on this album. Forbidden Zone, Saturday Night, bunch of bangers. So I was pretty stoked to pick that up. Next up, Sgt. Pepper's. I already had a copy of this. It was, I think it was actually an original press on Apple Records. This is a reissue from the late 70s, I believe. But the one I had was just really noisy and staticky. And so this one is a lot cleaner and quieter, so I was pretty stoked about that. Because the only reason I don't listen to this album more than I should is because it just doesn't sound great, and so I'm happy to pick that up. This one might be a little shocker, but Folklore, Taylor Swift. I'm not the biggest Taylor Swift guy. I actually don't really like her, but I love this album. It's totally different from a lot of her other pop kind of stuff. It's more on the folk side, some calmer stuff. Really solid. The first time I actually put this on the turntable, I fell asleep. It's just so relaxing. And so I was pretty excited to get that. It's in I don't know if I can say near mint, but BG Plus, it's used. It was $10 in the clearance bin. Dude, I was totally pick it up, you know? Then the fourth thing I picked up wasn't from an actual shop. There's a guy in town who opens up his garage every once in a while, and he has thousands of records for sale. And so I picked up a copy of Zeppelin 3. I didn't have one, actually. It was the only Zeppelin album I did not have. But since I bought it, I have all of Zeppelin's discography on vinyl, minus that one live EP from 79 or something I don't have. And I don't have Mothership or Celebration Day or anything. I obviously don't have any bootlegs or anything, but as far as their studio albums, I have them all, plus the song remains the same. So that's everything as far as Record Store Day goes. It was a fun time. This next record I bought a couple days before Record Store Day online, which I think is the second time or third time I've ever bought a record online, just because I like finding them out in the wild. But I bought this. I've known about it for a little bit, and I'm really excited I got it. I love it. Bush, self-titled. It's this Canadian band from the early 70s. As far as my understanding goes, they only made this one album in 1970. It's really solid, 70s hard rock type stuff. Not to be confused with the British 90s rock band Bush. It's funny, the 90s Bush, a lot of us know, because this band is from Canada. When the 90s Bush band released whatever in Canada, they had to change their name to Bush X because there was already a Bush in Canada. So if you find a Canadian pressing of a Bush record or a Bush CD, that's likely it'll say Bush X on it. So it's kind of funny. I don't know if the 90s Bush actually knew who the 70s Bush was, but I mean, whatever. This one has been on heavy rotation. I bought this back in October or November. I think this is like top 5 favorite records in my collection. And I listened to it a ton when I first got it. In the last like week, I've just had it on repeat again. I don't know if I've shown this on the channel before or not. Moonblood, Fraction, incredible 70s hard rock record. I mean, it's a banger. It's a reissue because there wasn't many of the originals pressed. But Noble Records over in North Carolina, on his record label, they repressed this. Made a few copies and I bought it online around Black Friday, I think. Super solid stuff. Go check it out if you haven't already. Come Out of Her. It's the second track on the A side. My favorite song on here. His vocals like remind me of like early years Led Zeppelin, Robert Plant. Like, it's just killer stuff and amazes me. Other than that, I've actually been stepping away from like streaming services lately. I've been using Spotify for like a couple songs every other day because I just use CDs in my truck and stuff. However, I do listen to some music at work through Spotify still. And so a couple things I've been listening to heavy. You'd Prefer an Astronaut by Hum from the 90s. Incredible banger album. I've had O by Damien Rice from the early 2000s. It's blowing my mind every time I listen to it. It's just so good. And then a third album I've been streaming a lot is Monica by Jack Harlow. It came out last month, this year. Jack Harlow, he's like a modern day like rapper, but he made this like really sick like R&B neo soul record. It's really cool. You should totally check it out. Even if you don't like modern music, I think it's really cool. And it came out while I was in Portland last month for some work stuff, which was really solid. And then while I'm thinking of it, I picked something up there as well. Cocteau Twins, Heaven or Las Vegas. Incredible record. This is actually probably one of my best sounding records in my collection. It's some like audiophile pressing, and it sounds incredible. Really solid. I'm excited that I picked that up. Other than that, that's about all I've been listening to. I actually spent like way under my budget for record store day, and so I've been thinking about putting some of that money towards upgrading my system. And so like my turntable has an internal preamp, and so I've been thinking about buying an external one as well as a receiver just to like boost my stuff. I've considered getting a cartridge. I'm still trying to figure it out, but that's where I'm at. So any recommendations would be incredible. I'm rocking an RT80 turntable with Edifier 1280 dB speakers or something. And so, yeah, cartridge recommendations that are not super expensive but still good, as well as a good preamp that is budget friendly. If you have any recommendations, let me know. And then, oh, I also forgot, on record store day, I actually stopped by a bookstore that night and picked something up as well. I'll have to show you. I picked up The Pet Parade by Fruit Bats. I don't know a ton of Fruit Bats. The only Fruit Bats album I've heard is, I forget the name of it, one of their newer ones, and I really enjoyed it. I've never heard this one, but it was like $5 or $6 used, but it's like almost in brand new condition. I listened to it. It's really good. It came out in 2021, I believe. It's this really cool like folky indie pop rock type of record. It's really solid. So with that, I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. I've also been posting quite a bit on my Instagram. It's just RTF Records. If you want to follow me there, I'm posting a lot of stuff, so go check me out. Be sure to subscribe, drop a like if you like the channel so I can keep doing this, and hope you have a great day.